The time has finally come. I'm so happy. For those of you who do not know, the developers of Last Day on Earth have been working on a more advanced game that has been in closed beta, and they've been working on it for probably close to 2 years now. It is more advanced, it is true multiplayer, and they just announced that they are going to be releasing it globally soon. We don't know when that is yet, but we do know a few things. For example, the devs said that they have already been working on the iOS version and that it will be released at the same time of the global release. So knowing that the global release is coming soon also means that the iOS version is coming soon. We also know from the devs that they will be releasing some brand new servers for those of you who were not able to play in the closed beta. There will be brand new servers with new people so that the level 99 people aren't bullying the low level players that are brand new to the game, but all of the people that are part of the closed beta are able to keep their accounts on those original servers with the release of the game. Now I know some of you guys are worried about Frostborn because you tried it once, you got totally wiped out or something bad happened and you're like, I'm never going to try that game. I know several of my friends thought, oh, Frostborn's dead, it's never going to make it anywhere. Well, here's the thing, it was in closed beta for a reason. It was in closed beta so the Kefir could work out all of the kinks that they were having and create a game that we all enjoyed. Some of those problems that you guys might remember is being completely wiped out by a very high level raiding party. Well, they have fixed that. They have now made it to where you have your own personal vault and no one can rob your vault. Your teammates can come down here with you, but no one can take the stuff that you have in this chest. It is completely yours and no one can ever steal it. So that is one way that they have prevented you guys from being wiped out. There are other ways to keep more stuff than just these 25 slots. For example, you can keep everything on your inventory. When you log off, no one can take that, and you can keep things in your workbenches. If you guys have not seen my video on how to protect your stuff in Frostborn, there is a ton of stuff. You can keep hundreds and hundreds of items that are unraidable, but stocking up items beyond that can get raided and can get stolen from you. One of the other problems that we saw in Frostborn is that you could never take a break. If you got busy over the weekend, you could get raided over and over again and everything could be taken from you and you would have nothing left. And even though we have those 25 items, it still doesn't feel great to be super powerful in this game and to be able to protect all of your wealth and then have life circumstance keep you busy for a weekend and you can't protect all of that stuff. So they fixed that now to where when you log off the game, as long as you wait until these ghost bases appear, if you log off in the 30 minutes, then you will never even get matched with partners until you log back into the game, and then you'll get paired with more neighbors and you'll be able to fight. So there's actually more raiding if you're active and no raiding if you're not active. So what's crazy is they were able to both fix the problem to where you could take a break, and they made it to where there is more raiding and more PvP than we could have ever imagined. So they did an incredible job with fixing those problems in the game. And then for those of you who have never even tried Frostborn, Frostborn has some really cool aspects of the game. For example, there are tons and tons of skills that are specific to the type of weapon you use. So you can be a mage, you can be a ranger, you can be a warrior, and each of those classes have their own unique skills that they bring to the table that a really well organized team can utilize the advantages of all of those. They also added an NPC town. In this NPC town, you can get a few quests. There seems to be a whole storyline that's going to be built around this NPC town. You can also see other players. You'll often see players hanging out here and you can talk to them, you can make friends. And if you're playing alone, you could even meet people there that could potentially be part of your family. Which, to explain for those of you who do not know anything about Frostborn, a family is essentially your squad. You can play up to 4 player in this game. You can do zones together. You can do all kinds of things in this game together. You can do some of the bosses they're not even a PvP zone. They're just really intense, difficult bosses that are designed to play with 4 players. And then one of the most amazing things about Frostborn that I love about Frostborn is the Sanctum of Odin. The Sanctum of Odin is a 4-player challenge, which can technically be soloed if you're really good at the game, but it is designed to be a 4-player challenge, and the devs have done an incredible job with this challenge. Another thing that a lot of people didn't like about the game that was originally there, but they took it out were that the green zones were not PvP zones. They did end up making them PvP zones, but now they've changed them back to not PvP zones. But what I really particularly like about this is they still made it a multiplayer zone. You're just not allowed to kill each other. So you'll still see other people farming there, but they're not going to be hostile, kind of like in the NPC town. Another amazing change they made is that when you go into a zone, you can choose whether or not to do it as a multi-team event, which will give you more loot, but you'll see a lot more people, or you can do it solos, and that way you'll see a lot less people. If you do see someone, they're going to be alone, and you don't get as much loot, but it's a lot safer experience. And they've created a lot of things like this to where there is a single player version of the game and a multiplayer version of the game, which allows you to kind of play at your speed. Another thing that people used to complain about is that people were mismatched. There was like level 99 people fighting level 30, or 4-man team fighting 1-man teams. From what I can tell, the devs have done a lot of work in creating and honing in a really awesome matchmaking system so that doesn't happen anymore, because that was one of the biggest complaints of Frostborn. So that's Frostborn in a nutshell, and I could not be more excited about the global and iOS release, because I know a lot of you guys, when I've posted stuff on Frostborn, you guys can't play it because you're not in the right country, or you only can play on iOS. So this is now going to be available to all players, and I'm going to be covering this game a lot because I have been waiting for this game really since the day I started Last Day on Earth. For those of you who are OG Last Day on Earth players like me, while Last Day on Earth has become more of a single player grinding game, Frostborn has kept the original feel of the original Last Day on Earth, where we felt like we were in an MMO grinding resources around other people. What we thought Last Day on Earth was going to become, Frostborn is. And in my opinion, they have done an incredible job. So I'm really excited about it. I think any OG Last Day on Earth player should be really excited about Frostborn. Now, I know some of you guys are worried about multiplayer because you've gotten so used to single player and you're worried about people taking your stuff. So what I'm going to do in celebration of this global release announcement is that I'm going to start a new free-to-play solo series in Frostborn. I'm going to not have a team, and I'm going to do it all free-to-play so that you guys can see that it's possible to succeed at this game even if you are a free-to-play player and you have no friends that are willing to play it with you. So if you guys are interested, make sure to check out that free-to-play series on my gameplay channel, which I'm going to be starting pretty much right away. Now, some of you are probably wanting to know when the release date will be, because soon is not that specific. Unfortunately, the devs have not said it. In fact, this is the first I've ever even heard them say that it is coming soon. So soon could be a week, or it could be a couple months. But it does sound like it is going to be the next Frostborn update. So if you're interested in getting ready, I do have a playlist on getting started in Frostborn. Some of those videos are a little bit out of date, but honestly, if you're new to the game, they're not that out of date, and they're going to really give you an idea of the concept of Frostborn. And then when the game is released, I'm going to be coming out with a bunch of new tutorials for Frostborn so that you guys can have the best fighting chance for that game. All right, guys. I'll see you next time. This video was sponsored by Red Magic. I play on a Red Magic 3S, which I love, and I could not recommend it more to you guys. It has amazing specs, awesome gaming triggers, and so much more. If you want to know more about this phone, make sure to check out my non-sponsored video about this phone called How to Get More Buttons. I also put information in the description and pinned comment of this video. Well, that's it, guys. Hope that helps. I make videos on all kinds of games, but every Friday I make an extremely high quality video for all gamers of all games. Sometimes those are exhaustive overview guides of new games that I think you should try, and sometimes I talk about a gaming concept with the hope that it blows your mind. If that interests you, make sure to subscribe so that you don't miss out on those. Alright guys, I'll see you next time.